Rayan, can you believe this? Look at the way I am sweating. I wonder if there's a way to beat this heat.
A cold refreshment, Angel. I know just what you need. Try Jollibee's newest release Mango Graham Sundae Twirl. Be sure to buy one when you can.
Wow, it's available on GrabFood, the sweet fix that I badly need, in the comfort of my own home. Thank you, Rayan.
As the fast food industry continues to grow, a number of businesses are starting to venture all over the country. In Metro Manila alone, a total of 32,000 fast food restaurants are found. According to the Department of Trade and Industry, restaurateurs ensure their competitive advantage by the means of creations and innovations. Through the years, restaurateurs depend upon these factors in order to attract customers to gain interest to what they market. As a matter of fact, in the results gathered by Hanesha, Tillman, and Gani in 2011, as products innovate, trust among consumers is created, target market expands, customer loyalty is gained, and a lot of opportunities emerge. A firm's future relies on its ability to introduce new food products, creating an edge from their competitors. On the other hand, innovations give businesses a chance to gain market stability, as mentioned by Grunert and other researchers in 1997. Since studies about fast food restaurants is vast, wherein some focuses on its facilities, ratings, employee service, etc., it is found out that there still isn't much about the connection of fast food menu changes to the purchasing of the buyers. Thus, in a recent research conducted, results show the creations and innovations of fast food restaurants has something to do with the purchasing of consumers. A strong positive degree of correlation with the value of 0.72182 was achieved. The null hypothesis was rejected and the alternative hypothesis was not rejected. These results were gathered from our study entitled The Relationship Between Creations and Innovations of Fast Food Restaurants to Purchasing of Consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite. I am Rayan Jane F. de Guzman.
And I am Maria Angel Joan S. Orete.
We are your presenters for today together with Christian Justin Belmonte, our slide moderator.
A pleasant day to all of our judges. The main purpose of this study is to investigate the interrelatedness of products classified as creations and innovations offered by fast food restaurants as to the purchasing of consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite. In line with that suggestion, this research sought to answer the following questions. First one, is there any relationship between creations and innovations of fast food restaurants as to the purchasing of consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite? Next one, what is the relationship between creations and innovations of fast food restaurants as to the purchasing of consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite?
This study will benefit the restaurateurs to help them look into their customers' preferences, the consumers, to give them additional knowledge on how creations and innovations of fast food restaurants are related to their purchasing, the future researchers, to serve as a basis for further studies, and the Emilio Aguinaldo College Cavite to add credibility to the name of the school and its students.
For the theoretical framework of this study, Joseph Schumpeter's innovation theory of profit in 1943 stated that the main function of an entrepreneur is to innovate a new method, technique of production, a new product, or variety of designs for a product. As a result, profit will be given based on its performance. Restaurateurs either create a new product or innovate an existing one. This research relies greatly on the said theorem as it focuses on restaurant owners' actions and underlying performance-based profit on product offerings.
In accordance to Joseph Schumpeter's innovation theory of profit, this conceptual framework shows that the restaurateurs or entrepreneurs are the ones who will provide creations and innovations on the products that they market. As an outcome, these variables may influence the interests of their consumers and make them purchase what they sell.
Moving on to the methods, the following are applied by the researchers. As for the research design, correlational research design was used. According to Tan in 2019, the specific type of design is used in order to determine if a relationship exists between variables. As for the sampling technique, probability sampling to be specific, simple random sampling was utilized. 100 randomly selected senior high school students from Emilio Aguinaldo College, Cavite, who have experienced dining in fast food restaurants, were gathered as participants. For the research instrument, survey by the means of questionnaire was adopted. A certain questionnaire that is already used in another study was modified to fit the variables of this research. Lastly, for the data analysis, Pearson's R or correlational coefficient R was employed. Total scores and mean scores were computed in order to get coefficient R. The basis of the hypothesis will be the critical value, wherein it will come to the decision if it will be alternative or null, rejected or not. From these methods, the researchers were able to gather results. Shown in Table 1 is the interrelatedness of creations and innovations. A degree of correlation with a value of 0.72182 was achieved. This implies that there is a relationship between creations and innovations as to the purchasing of consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite. Thus, the null hypothesis was rejected, while the alternative hypothesis was not rejected. In line with this phenomenon, the articulation of Grunert and other researchers in 1997 was proven. He stated that the future of a business relies greatly on innovation as it gives firms a chance to gain market stability.
This scatter plot shows the response of 100 participants in this study. As shown in the figure, the dots are close to one another, which means that there is a tight relationship and a strong positive degree of correlation between creations and innovations of fast food restaurants to purchasing of consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite. As what Hanesha and his colleagues stated, that product innovations will bring a significant positive effect on the firm itself, and Grunert and other researchers added that a firm's future relies on its ability to introduce new food products, creating an edge from their rivals.
Going back to the questions discussed earlier, for statement of the problem 1, is there any relationship between creations and innovations of fast food restaurants as to the purchasing of consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite? The researchers were able to conclude that there is a relationship between the variables as it shows a degree of correlation with a value of 0.72182. Next, for the statement of the problem 2, what is the level of relationship between creations and innovations of fast food restaurants as to the purchasing of consumers in Dasmariñas, Cavite? The researchers also found that there is a strong positive relationship between the variables as it shows in the figure that the dots are close to one another. As a result, the researchers would like to encourage consumers to look into the factors that influence them in purchasing for fast food restaurants to serve as a guide on how creations and innovations contribute to purchasing for future researchers to conduct a similar study with specific indication of creations and innovations, and last but not the least, for Emilio Aguinaldo College community to use this research as a reference for similar researches in the future.
These are the references used in conducting this study. Once again, I am Rayan Jane F. de Guzman.
And I am Maria Angel Joan S. Orete, together with Christian Justin Belmonte, your presenters for today.
Good day, judges.